The top stories on the brief at this hour. It's the day after Nigeria's 64th Independence Day celebration, and President Bola Tinubu took the moment to speak on the nagging issue of economic hardship, promising a reduction in food prices, living costs, and vowing not to falter on it. He also announced progress in the fight against terrorism and banditry, stating that over 300 Boko Haram and bandit commanders have been eliminated. President Tinubu then promised to convene a 30-day confab for the youth in the country to discuss and address challenges confronting them.
The economy is undergoing the necessary reforms and retooling to serve us better and more sustainably. If we do not correct the physical misalignment that led to the current economic downturn, our country will face an uncertain future and the peril of unimaginable consequences. Thanks to the reform, our country attracted foreign direct investment worth more than $30 billion in the last year. Fellow compatriots, our administration is committed to free enterprises, free entry and free exit in investment, while maintaining the sanctity and efficacy of our regulatory processes. This principle guides the divestment transaction in our upstream sector, where we are committed to changing the fortune positively. As such, ExxonMobil surplus divestment will receive ministerial approval in a matter of days.
But he's not the only one who's been speaking about the event. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has lamented the political situation in the country, warning that Nigeria could slide into a one-party system. In a message to commemorate Nigeria's 64th independence anniversary on Tuesday, he urged political leaders to unite and safeguard the country's democracy. Now, part of the statement reads, "Our political milieu is or has become corrosive. Opposition parties languish in weakness, while the ruling party appears to manipulate internal process to render them ineffectual." The 2023 presidential candidate of People's Democratic Party also appealed to political leaders across all party lines to forge a formidable coalition. And for the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 election, Peter Obi, he says Africa's largest nation needs urgent rescue from further decay. Mr. Obi stated this in a statement on his X handle, where he highlighted the nation's challenges across economic, social, and security sectors. In his words, "When we compare ourselves to countries that gained independence around the same time, before or after us, Nigeria stands out as a nation in decline, urgently in need of rescue from further decay." The former Anambra State governor expressed worry over what he describes as Nigeria's underperformance in key areas of development, wondering whether the nation has truly improved the lives of its people. And some others took to the streets to mark the day with protests. Members of the Revolution Now movement protested in the nation's capital, Abuja, and Lagos against the state of the nation's economy. Well, the October 1st protest, tagged Fearless in October, was propagated on social media some 2 months after the August End Bad Governance protest that demanded reversal of petrol subsidy, removal, and electricity tariff increase, but were eventually dispersed in Abuja after policemen shot tear gas. However, the FCT Police Command denied attacking the protesters. A statement from the police relations of a command, Josephine Ade, says the operatives only took proactive measures to prevent looting. And as part of efforts to reduce transportation costs and unemployment, the federal government has launched 2,000 CNG-powered tricycles into the transportation sector. The director of the Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative, Michael Oluwagbemi, while fielding questions from journalists, said the launch is a fulfillment of the promises of the President, that's President Tinubu administration, in providing a cheaper means of transportation through CNG and environmental sustainability through the use of cleaner energy. Let's tell you that the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, has urged President Tinubu to beef up security in schools across the country. The association mobilized its members to the streets of the FCT to celebrate Nigeria's Independence Day in Abuja. NANS President Lucky and Monafe also commended the president for the students' loan initiative. And the October 5th, 2024 local government election in Rivers State will be another opportunity for Rivers people to witness the rebirth of a new political structure that they can own. And that's in spite of a controversy surrounding the date. That's according to Governor of the state, Siminalayi Fubara, when he received a group known as the Simplicity Movement, made up of members from various political backgrounds at the Government House in Port Harcourt.
Our election will hold on the 5th of October. I'm aware that RISEC told me they already had an order mandating them to conduct the election on the 5th and the security agencies to support them. So I think with that order, the election will hold. I might not be a lawyer, but I know that there is something they call first in hand. And since they have the first in hand, we will give them all the necessary support for that election to be conducted. And it will be one of the best elections ever held in Rivers State, free and fair in this state.
Well, Benue State is also counted down to local government elections, and the state governor says his administration remains committed to ensuring free, transparent, and credible local government elections, just as he says he has managed the affairs of the state transparently. Governor Alia, who was represented by his deputy, Mr. Samode, gave the commitment while flagging off the APC local government election campaign in Boko ahead of October 5th. And on to health matters now, with the outbreak of cholera disease in Ebonyi State claiming 18 lives and leading to 80 confirmed cases, Governor Francis Wiforu has pledged to intensify awareness campaigns to combat not only cholera, but also other communicable diseases like cancer and sickle cell. He made this known during an event to celebrate Ebonyi at 28 in Abakaliki, the state capital, where he noted that his government is taking a comprehensive approach to addressing public health issues. And outside of the country now, Iran launched a barrage of missiles at Israel yesterday in response to the killings of Iran-backed militant leaders, sending Israelis to shelters and prompting alarm across the region. The firing of missiles came after Israel said its troops had launched ground raids into Lebanon, though describing them as limited. The Israeli campaign in Lebanon is the biggest escalation of regional warfare since fighting erupted in Gaza a year ago. A report said between 150 and 200 missiles had been fired in the attack. Israel has promised a response in kind. And on to sports now, Kai Havertz and Bukayo Saka inspired Arsenal's 2-0 success against Paris Saint-Germain on Tuesday as Gunners secured their first win in the Champions League this season. Havertz headed Arsenal into the lead and Saka netted before the interval to underline their superiority at the Emirates Stadium. Well, after drawing their opening league phase tie at Atalanta, Mikel Arteta's side moved into 4 points in their bid to reach the knockout stage of the revamped tournament. It was also a win night for Barcelona, Borussia Dortmund, and Manchester City. Well, there you have it. The top stories at this hour.